tease for us that's coming up?
What's 106? Well, I feel like there was a really good teaser for 106, obviously, in the I guess when they showed 105 at the end, the little teaser they show where throwing a punch at someone that doesn't have a leg. So that's it's a pretty good teaser, I think, for the next episode. But I feel like for Jordy specifically, he's starting to kind of discover who he is, and you start to see different sides of him that maybe you weren't aware of in the first couple of episodes. So is that a good tease?
Is Jordy more affected by his mom going away than he wants to let on?
Yeah, I think so. And a lot of that, I feel like, was just my preparation. Because you have to be affected by it, but the truth of the matter is that Jordy is gonna do his best to stay strong and not let it affect him. He was fine without her before she got there. And, he came up with this whole story that, she's dead. And I feel like he's kind of accepted that. And all along, even when she was there, there's got to be some doubt. And now, I guess at the end of 105, when he starts finally to let in, and Dash is like, look, man, she's here, she's ready to go camping. That's probably the moment that Jordy really believes that his mom's going to be there. But then when he gets sick, and his mom isn't even able to just sit there and be with him, he wakes up and she's gone, and he knows. And that was, I thought that was, amazing. Just that Jordy was having to go through that, but at the same time, I don't know, I kind of saw it coming, but I guess that's kind of, obviously I saw it coming, I shot it before it came, but no, I felt like something like that was going to happen just because Jordy's so independent when he initially comes into the hospital. So, it affects him, but I feel like once she's gone, that's it. And he's not sentimental about it. He's ready to just keep on the course that he came into the hospital to take care of in the first place.
Well, we do know he's sicker than he'd originally had thought. How will that be progressing in the episodes that you've filmed so far that we've yet to see?
Well, he starts chemo, and I think you go through rounds of chemo, so I think I don't know if you really see him get worse. I think everything's really just going on inside him, and nothing's really on the surface as far as him, with the chemicals inside of him. But there are moments where, at least, further down the line, like what we're about to shoot, both this episode and next episode, he's still yet to become emancipated. Like, his mom signed everything, but you still have to go through the rest of the paperwork. So that's 109, and then on 110, some more stuff happens where they're gonna see if the chemo worked. So I guess there is a progression, but there's kind of a lag in that, just because there's other storylines to take care of.
What can you,
Sorry.
What can you tease about your interaction with Bella's character that's going to be showing up soon?
I guess the coolest thing to tease would be music. Jordy, I guess, likes to play guitar.
Right.
As do I, as Nolan, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if or if anyone's established who Bella's character is, but big pop star or something. So she comes in, and there's an ulterior motive. So I'm befriending her, but and I'm not weird about it. I'm not trying to dupe her, but yeah, I'm not trying to get rid of her in a horrible manner. But no, I think that there's when you're met with obstacles, you find ways to get through it in the hands that you're dealt. So hands that you're dealt, you play poker and you won before. So it's bad joke.
The next episode
really big for the Jordy, Leo, Emma love triangle. So, can you tell us sort of what the aftermath might be like after she makes the final decision?
Well, can I don't think I can tell you what the final decision
Well, yeah,
is.
but like, is it going to change sort of the emotional landscape of the hospital and the kids?
I think it does. I mean, either way, it's gonna hurt somebody, and it's gonna make somebody, extremely happy. So,
Will Leo and Jordy ever be able to be friends, do you think?
I feel like there's a trust that you have to build, especially after something that, like, especially after hitting somebody, like,
Right.
and he doesn't have a leg, like, it's a bad thing to do when, I mean, I already kind of, I'm pretty much adding injury to insult rather than insult to injury, because I get to keep my leg, he doesn't. But he thinks at first that it's a good thing, or that it's a good thing for me, and then I'm like fine now all of a sudden. But
Right.
turns out that it's worse. But then I end up hitting him. But I feel like that just comes from Jordy being kind of a street kid and growing up by himself, and just kind of teaching himself the ways of the world. But I feel like there's always room for friendship in a hospital, and I think Leo's a good kid, and Jordy is, for the most part, good mannered and good attention, so he's doing his best to keep his hair looking good in the hospital. So,
Getting emancipated costs money. Is Jordy going to have to do anything legal to get the money?
we addressed that in 109. And Jordy, I guess, was not aware. And that's part of the reason for him to befriend Bella's character. Seeing as there's an opportunity for him to take advantage of his talents and, try to, become an artist or something, or sell a song to somebody. So, I guess that's legal. But I think the thing about Jordy, he's going to do whatever it takes. So, as long as he doesn't get caught, I think he's willing to do whatever.
He's newer to the hospital, so how does Nurse Jackson's problems impact him? Is it hit as hard as it is the other kids, or is he a little bit more removed because he's only been there a short time?
I think I bond with Nurse Jackson in that moment where I don't have anyone else, because when I come to the hospital, I think I have Dr. McAndrew. He tells me he's not family. I lose my mom. And in that moment, I have no one. But then when I'm sick the next morning, Nurse Jackson's there. And I know, who she is, and that she can be, I had my first interaction with her in the whole show was her yelling at us for going to get beer and condoms and taking a doctor's car out on the streets illegally. So I know who she is, but I feel like that's my family. So I don't know if if her problems really affect him, but I feel like he does care for her and wants her to be there for him and for everyone else.
Now, which scenes are most difficult for you to film? The scenes when you're sick or the scenes with your mom?
Well, there's scenes where I'm sick with my mom, so those are probably the hardest. I think the thing about sick is it's just, first of all, it's a lot of makeup. They just make me look pale and stuff, which is cool. And then they don't have to blot me down because I'm a sweater, guys. So they're just let me sweat on set. But the scenes with my mom, it's just a lot of emotional back work and just preparing for the scene. And then when you get to the scene, then you just kind of live and hope that whatever you worked on kind of just takes over. Whereas the sickness is just kind of, you just have to keep on reminding yourself there's a bug that you just like keep on swatting away, type of thing. So I feel like that's kind of harder to make true. But I mean, is it hard? I don't know. It's just to me it's just fun and just exploring as much as I can into the realm of acting.
Do you feel like working on this project has changed your views on life?
Oh, definitely. I'm so much more appreciative for every moment that I have, and my problems seem so small. Like working on a TV show, I mean, if I ever find myself complaining, like I have no right to be. I have an amazing opportunity, and it's such a privilege to be able to work on a great show with a great cast, and I mean, it feels like we're able to make a difference for, even if it's a minute amount of people, we're still making a difference for that one person, and that can mean the world to somebody. So I feel like the show it's made me just more aware, and I've grown up and matured in the last couple months that we've been shooting, which is just cool to kind of like grow up when you're around people that you're working with, that you love and that you care about. You know that they feel the same way about you. So it's been an amazing experience, and that's why I feel like Red Band is awesome.